Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Steez, your host for No Cap with the Crew, a podcast where a bunch of 2K League professionals sit here and we talk about anything but 2K. I'm here joined today by Streetz, the OG legend himself, OG King Kurt, and Jyden. How we doing, guys?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Hey, this is my first time on the pod. Hey, with the guys, this y'all joint, but I'm glad to be a guest today.
Yeah, well, he's pretty good, with the mic in his hand, so this will probably be a good one.
And Shun?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, so recently, I'm trying to think if there's anything we need to update you guys about. We just got back recently from Indy, had a pretty nice little trip, but now we're back in the swing of things, trying to finish up our season, making a playoff push. But some of the struggles that I think we need to talk about on here, rightfully so, is when we have been bored lately, and I know we're all gamers in here, even you, Kurt. One of the things that's been a struggle lately is like trying to figure out other games to play, other things to watch, other movies, TV shows, anything like that. I need to know straight off rip, when you guys get home, since we do get away from 2K, I know we all take a break, what are some of the video games or other things, hobbies that we've been trying to do to get away? Who wants to go? You can go, Shun.
Me personally, I've been playing Fall Guys just because how boring everything been. And lately I've been just beating my boy Nike and MLB every day.
What do you like mostly about like Fall Guys?
Like the challenge of like trying to be the person who win, and then it's frustrating when you lose the first round and stuff like that. So
I like Fall Guys because like it's a battle royale. I think video gaming, the world is changing because it's turning. Every game's turning into a battle royale. Where meaning you want to be the last one standing, and it's such an interesting pace now. But Fall Guys switch it up from instead of like a first-person shooter game, now it's more of like a race or like an obstacle course or something like that. And I think that's a pretty good little transition. What about you, Kurt? What have you been thinking?
Well, unfortunately, I don't get enough time to game like I used to in between recording a lot of podcasts and trying to create as much content as possible. But I guess for me, just to get away from the game, I've been playing you guys in ping pong, so that's kind of
that's true.
That's kind of been true. A good thing. I mean, Steez is number one. I'm number two.
Yep, we have the ranking system.
And I think Shun is number 3.
Shun just reclaimed 3.
Shots is 4.
Shots is 4.
And then it's a crapshoot.
It's a crapshoot. We have an intern named Rachel. She's not bad. We throw her in there with Jyden, and then King Haad is somewhere there at the bottom as well.
So I mean, those games are just so competitive. It's like you guys take it to like another level. Like it's competitive. You want to win, of course. Don't get me wrong, but golly, like you guys.
It's been some sweaties, man. Yeah. Man, Steez is goated right now.
I get super sweaty,
but it's been sweaty though, and I mean And Shun been turning up too, though. He working on that forehand.
I'm most improved.
You are most improved right now.
I'd say that.
But I'll be the best by the time the season over.
Okay, so Jyden, you don't play as much ping pong. So what's your other games then? If it's not going to be 2K, what else is it?
So I was gonna go back to the Fall Guys thing. So when I'm playing different games like that, for example, I do enjoy Fall Guys myself. But I know like a lot of you guys don't notice about like certain different games. Everything is super competitive. Just like how I just said about the ping pong. Like everything is super sweaty. Everything you play, everybody's just trying to be the fastest, be the best. And that's kind of what games are turning into now. Like outside of like what we play professionally, because that's what people are going to think about us. We take the game too serious. You know what I'm saying? We're in the rec and stuff like that, going crazy. But like for Fall Guys and for the other games that I play, like noticing, like seeing from their perspective about how everything is super like sweaty and everybody's super try hard. I definitely don't find a lot of games to play because I don't want to lose. Yeah. So I'm more of a movie guy. I get on Netflix and HBO Max and stuff like that too. So I watch different shows and stuff like that.
I'm a big COD guy, and I also like I play different like single player kind of games, but like survival games where you got to go out. There's a game I play called DayZ where you have to go in there in an open world and find a way to survive, get food, you got to find weapons and all that kind of stuff, and it's like a post-apocalyptic kind of world, and it's fun because you can it's kind of mind-numbing. You can just run around and do your own thing, but it's good to get away from 2K like and just find a little niche that you like in other sort of games. But the next topic, since Jyden kind of brought me into it with everything gets competitive, if we had to, let's start ranking some things, all right? If we had to start with a tournament with other games besides 2K, and let's say we started off with the simple other sports franchise games like FIFA, where does everybody think we rank as a team, starting with FIFA? Who would be the best and all the way down to the worst? Just from what you guys know about each other, all of us, Kurt, you as well, like knowing that, okay, this guy's a video game savvy guy, maybe this guy's only good at 2K,
I'll be
stick skill-wise.
If it was FIFA, I'd be like in the middle of the pack. I might be good versus y'all, but
I think Kurt would probably be the worst.
Yeah.
I'd agree. I'd agree.
I was gonna say like some of those games. So the different franchises. Some take more IQ, some take more stick skill. So
100%.
kind of it'll vary from like for example Madden. Like that's probably gonna take more IQ than stick skill because I mean you ain't really got to do much to when you call them plays and stuff like that.
I'll be number 2 in Madden though, but in Fight Night, I'm already the best person in Fight Night. So
I don't play a lot of fighting games. I think the only one I've ever played is like UFC. Like
UFC takes stick skill though. So it's like,
but I know a lot. There's a huge fan base. Well, not only Fight Night, but obviously like Super Smash Brothers. Like that's a big one. That's a really competitive mode. And thankfully we actually have a tournament coming up.
Yeah,
that we're putting on.
Last time I went to OS, I beat everybody. So
No, you didn't. No. Well, Fight Night you did. You're talking about Fight Night?
No,
Not
Smash
Super
Bros.
Smash Brothers. No, you didn't. I remember that too. No, Fight Night. Yeah, you got it.
It sounds like we're gonna have to have a rematch.
We're really
like
gonna have
that.
to talk this one out. I haven't played Madden since like Madden 16, 15, something like that. Madden really started struggling with the games that they came out with, so I kind of boycotted that one.
so,
Yeah.
Well, Madden never changes though.
No, I don't play Madden because like the linemen are just as fast as the wide
They are,
receivers.
they
So
are.
it's like
Everybody can
I
catch
mean,
you.
it's just too fast. Like I can't wait till college football comes returns.
If that comes back,
Yeah,
we're
'cause I was a big college football head, but not Madden.
I don't think there's a person in this world that don't want to see college football come back. In my opinion.
Okay, let me ask you this, Kurt. If you could go back in time, though, and let's say take one of your favorite childhood games, and let's say bring it to the present where it's like maybe the same game style, but you could like update graphics, update, drivers, all that type of stuff where like it looks better because obviously graphics back then were a little rough. What would be the game? Or games? Maybe you have a couple.
I got a couple. I'd say
Not Tetris.
No.
Pong.
Yeah,
Not Pong.
no. I mean, to be honest, I was a big sports title guy. Even back then, like 16 bits and everything like that.
What was it, like Madden, like 99 or like what?
Yeah.
Like that, like
No, mine would be Tecmo Bowl. Actually,
Tecmo Bowl.
Yeah, Tecmo Bowl.
Wow.
And Double Dribble.
Is Tecmo Bowl the one where it's the lines? Like
No.
what's that?
Tecmo Bowl is the one of the original arcade football games, but it just didn't have, like you said, the graphics and everything like that. But it was NFL, had the teams. That's how actually I end up choosing my favorite NFL team because Lawrence Taylor couldn't be stopped. Like so, if you had like Bo Jackson and players like that, Marcus Allen, they was in the same backfield for the Raiders. Like, I mean, that's how I ultimately chose my favorite team, man. But the graphics were struggling.
I still think one of the best games, and I don't. Maybe you had a part of it. I know you know this game, Jyden. I don't know about you, but like back, if you'd go to like a pizza parlor back then, and there would be just like a little arcade game. I remember the game that I always loved was seeing like Blitz. It was like Blitz 2000.
Oh yeah,
where you're like nose diving on them after the play.
Well,
like
see,
tackling them on the
that
ground.
brings up a great point though, Steez, because back when I was coming up as a kid, arcade games was it. Like we wasn't always sitting in the house playing the game. And I mean, even from the fighting games, some of them I can't even remember, but Blitz was like the first football game in arcade.
That was a great game. I'm not gonna lie, it was great. Obviously, it's ruthless because after the play, you can just throw people around.
Right.
And, but
that sounds
I
nice.
only got 2 games.
what? Let me hear. Old games, like they gotta be old. Don't.
Not
do
like
some-
I'm not as old as y'all, but like I miss the old Def Jams and I miss the NBA Street. If they, I feel like if they came back on PS5, I feel like it'd be one of the best games.
Especially with updated graphics.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah,
Definitely.
my buddy actually, one time I was over at his house and in the garage, in like deep corner, it's all dusty. He had Astros. Wait, Astros? Asteroids. I just say Asteroids. You remember Asteroids?
Yeah.
That's actually a pretty fun game. Do you guys know what I'm talking about with Asteroids?
Yeah, the arcade game.
Yeah.
It's
And all those like
exactly what I'm
meteors.
talking
The spaceships.
Yeah, and all like the meteors are coming.
Yeah, they
at you.
got
You
that
gotta
at
blow
Dave
them
about. I
up.
mean,
Bust.
it's such a like basic game.
So basic.
But
But-
the graphics aren't crazy, but it's fun.
But
man.
it
I
keeps
don't
you
know what it is.
entertained
Yeah, that's what I was
forever
gonna say.
for some reason.
don't know what
I
it
really
is.
don't know why.
If you're good at it.
Yeah, if you're good at it.
Definitely.
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of, so we've kind of got on the topic of this other games that we might play outside of 2K because I don't know if you guys knew this, but in Brooklyn right now, there's actually a huge CDL event, which if you guys don't know is the Call of Duty World League. I've always been a huge Optic fan. Love, Scump, Hex. I used to love, the GOATs like Formal, Karma, and all them. And now it's, Dashy, a bunch of those players. But yeah, the CDL event's going on here in Brooklyn. Have you guys ever kept up with the Call of Duty League at all or anything like that?
Nah.
Really?
I mean, I know like the hype beast ones, but like I don't
like FaZe and Optic. and
yeah, I
stuff
don't
that.
like keep up with it too much.
The reason why Call of Duty is such a big impact, I think, in not only what we do now, but like esports in general, is because they're some of the pioneers. They're some of like the guys that when they were like 15, 16 years old, they were going to like these LAN events and like little dorm rooms and stuff like that, playing for like $100. So like it would be like if we went and played like an MPBA event or like a WR event, but like instead of like UPA where it's on some big stage, we're literally meeting at like like some little tiny warehouse or something like that. And they were like the first to ever do it, and now Call of Duty is what it is now. And it's interesting because we're a part of the 2K League, and we're in the early stages, kind of like what the Call of Duty League was doing. And so seeing where CDL is now, you can only think that like hopefully that's where obviously our league makes it to eventually.
Yeah, I was gonna say their fan base is crazy. Like they especially from how you said from where they started from, and then they move on to, now to 2022 and how they're global. Like everybody watches Call of Duty.
Yeah,
like those guys have millions of followers and stuff. Like they're really like pinning it on right now.
Yeah, I mean, I look at it the same way. I mean, we just in year 5, so a lot of years to grow and things of that nature. So, I mean, it's basketball. Eventually, things evolve, things will change. But me personally, I don't like how some people like to compare to esports. Like you enjoy the esports that you enjoy, and let it be just that. Like everything doesn't have to be a comparison, because as 2K League professionals, we like watching other 100%. Esports and playing other games. So, and we respect it. And matter of fact, I mean, we're probably gonna get blessed to go watch the event. So
I would love that. And then the other thing I was gonna say to kind of piggyback off that, Kurt, is that like you could I guess sometimes people like to compare leagues, but I know esport athletes, like hypothetical, like let's say like Scump, I know he looks at probably like our league and knows that like he couldn't come and play with us. Like, I mean, he can come play with us. I'd love to have him over here and play, but right. I'm talking about competitively, he would struggle just like we would struggle over there. Like, we're professionals at what we do. We try to perfect our craft as best as possible, but like we know what they do is super challenging, what we do is super challenging, and so like there's a huge mutual respect. And like you said, like if you ever have an opportunity, and for those of you listening at home, to be able to go and actually watch or participate in a CDL event, it's really a great time. Like you said, Jyden, everybody's there. It's a packed house. They're also one of the esports that when they do go overseas to like London or France, Italy, whatever it might be, it's popping. They have fans all over the place. And so that's also one of the things that I can't wait for the 2K League to eventually branch off into. Like, I think it'd be so cool. I know we don't like to talk 2K too much, but when we have had tournaments in Vegas and things like that, I know there's a huge NBA fan base overseas, and so if we ever did have a tournament in London, I think it would pop off.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Basketball is such a global, brand and sport. Like everybody knows and watches basketball, regardless of like the NBA. Just in general, everybody loves basketball.
So, if we could, you can answer this one too, Kurt. I know you're getting up there, but if you could pick any other, let's say 2K was never going to be your game or anything like that, and if there's an esport to join that wasn't 2K, what would it be for you, Shun? You got League of Legends, Call of Duty, Dota, maybe Madden if you want to be like an individual kind of player.
Probably not none of those, but
Rocket League.
17-year-old me probably would have been Call of Duty.
Okay.
Like my thumbs don't work as good as they used to, so.
Now you just spamming square.
Nah, I don't spam square.
Okay, Jyden, what do you think?
Coming up, actually, like you guys kind of know, I'm newer to 2K. I always wanted to go pro Mortal Kombat. That was one of my favorite games.
Is Fortnite an esport?
I don't know.
It's an unofficial esport.
Because I feel like that would be like super fun to play in a big battle royale.
Don't get me wrong, they have huge tournaments.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. They got a huge tournament circuit, but it's an unofficial esport.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I think, from talking to people in that world, is that they have certain teams that are like really good, like really invested. And then everybody else is just like amateurs. So like if they had more people and orgs to invest into teams being better, then it would become probably an official esport.
So you change your answer back to Fortnite?
Yeah.
I kind of don't mind the Mortal Kombat answer. I think like a fighting esport, because fighting games were some of the first video games in this world. So it's like they already have a huge fan base. That's why Super Smash Brothers, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, all those type of games are popping. So it wouldn't be a bad esport to like get into, I feel like.
So yeah, that's if there's one that I like watch and like admire the guys really, like, this is Mortal Kombat easily. Like I definitely have like a very high respect for those.
Mortal Kombat tournament. Because I think I'm the best on the team. So.
I mean, he practices. He was just playing. He plays it.
What would yours be, Kurt? If you can go back in time and be not a Call of Duty, if you could be an esports athlete, what franchise or game would you get into?
It'd probably be Rocket League.
That kind of looks fun too.
Yeah,
They're
I mean-
good, man. They're
Wait,
good at
you know
what
how
they
to play
do.
Rocket League?
I don't know how to play
Oh,
it,
I mean,
but I've watched it.
It's
I've
fun,
watched
though.
it.
I played it.
No,
It's fun.
definitely hard to play, but I mean,
It's hard.
knowing what's going on, it's cars playing soccer.
Yeah, car
that's,
soccer.
That's the gist.
Yeah.
Floating.
Yeah, they're floating around, flying around, stuff like that. But tough game. And then the other thing is, and this might be, people might like this, I guess, but it's only 3 people on the team. I mean, maybe they have a fourth man, like a sub.
Rocket League?
Yeah, it's 3v3. It's 3v3, so it's like, if you ever played the game or watched the game, there's a lot of room to cover with only 3 people, so you have to be in unison with everything you do. Just like I don't want to talk about 2K, but just like how we play threes, it's same thing. Like a lot of court to cover, so like in 3v3 Rocket League, you got to all be on the same page, and it's crazy what they do and how they maneuver.
No, that's why I picked Rocket League, because like it's not typical.
Yeah.
So I when I always think about competition, it's about something that's gonna actually make me lock in and really be competitive. Not something that I just naturally been doing or know how to do. I like to do something that's gonna challenge me, and therefore I gotta be ready and be way more competitive than I typically would in order, to beat another competitive team. So that's why I picked.
And in esports like that, like for how you were saying for us and the 3v3 stuff, like one person slacking, that's a lot of ground for the other 2 to cover up. Like it's gonna be so tough 100%. For the other 2 to like carry that one guy if he's having a bad game or having an off time. Like that type of stuff, like the teamwork you got to have, and like the competitiveness has got to be crazy.
Yeah, and I think for me, I'll answer it. The easy answer for me is Call of Duty. I've always enjoyed it. Like I said, I'm a big Optic fan. But with that being said, over the past couple of years, I've seen the growth of League of Legends. And if you guys just literally go on YouTube, type in League of Legends, pro scene or something like that, it'll show huge stadiums packed to the max. And there will just be a little stage of 2 teams playing against each other, and everybody's watching. The League of Legends crowds are crazy, and I'll be a little greedy here, but the salaries that they get are unreal, unmatched. I think his name's Faker. He's like one of the best players in the world. I think he has like he had a contract where he had it was like a $1 million contract, plus it was like, I don't want to be wrong, but it's like it was a certain percentage of the gaming organization company as well in his contract. Wow. And it's like, come on, if you could pull stuff like that in League of Legends, because they do bring in so much money and they have such a big following that it's like that might be a no-brainer to be good at the game. Now, I'll be real. I watch League of Legends sometimes. No idea what's going on.
No idea.
I have no idea what's going on. But I know if I was good at it, it would definitely be fun.
Definitely. League of Legends is kind of like out there.
All right, we're going to transition to something completely different now, a little bit off topic, but I want to go back to maybe one of the first times we ever met, Shun, one of the first times we ever met Jyden, Kurt, when you've met the rest of the team. Shun, go quickly through each person on the team, first impressions, what you first thought of them, and then has it changed, or were you right or wrong? So I'll start off with the name, all right, and then you just go. Shots. First impression, were you right or wrong?
I was wrong.
Okay.
Shots is actually like more caring than what a lot of people think. You gotta get to know Shots to really like understand him, and I feel like a lot of people don't really get him. But I was 100% wrong about what I thought of him at first, because I guess it's a bad narrative on his name, but he actually not who everybody think he is.
Okay. I'm going to come back to you because I don't want you to like take people's answers and then be like, yeah, I'm going to go off him. Okay. So it's Kurt.
That's a good one. First impression, this is like knowing most of these people from like outside and then meeting them is going to be kind of different. So you hear things and like that's kind of like how you're going to have to perceive them, because it's obviously all you know. Yeah. But for my first impression and what I thought of, definitely not. I thought Kurt was just a super like, sort of a tweak, to be honest. Like I thought
really,
super into it. Like
I would love to hear who told you that, but that's for a different story. That's crazy.
Nobody told me. Just super into it, but not like. So you obviously, now I see that you're laid back. And, like you let us rock. But I always thought you were really into it, saying everything, trying to get people, motivate people. I thought, because you had the basketball background, and I kind of thought you would bring that into this, and that's kind of like you flipped the switch almost, and you're more laid back, and you let everybody rock. So I definitely wrong, but I mean in a good way though, not like I was expecting that and wanted that.
Okay, Kurt. What about Shun? What about Streetz? What was the first impression, and were you wrong about it or right?
I was wrong.
Okay.
I'll say this because beforehand, like, I didn't know he would be as mature as he is. Like, I mean, you know, I think from the interviews and then like on draft night, you know, he's just fun. Like, he's naturally funny. He doesn't try to be funny or anything like that. But I think like actually getting to know him and see how he is and see how he operates on a day to day, whether it's playing the game or not playing the game. Like, he got a real like. I say it's funny he's from Chicago because he kind of gives me like down south Southern vibes, like real old school, laid back, mature. Got his little noises and stuff that he makes for certain things, like
his grunts,
little like. So I definitely was wrong. I thought he would probably be just a little immature, but definitely a mature kid. Yeah, knows what he want to do, and you know, working on his communication. But I definitely was wrong.
Okay, and Shun, Jyden.
That's actually like funny. I was right about Jyden. Like, when he talking, he don't shut up. But the first impression I did see, you know, he was getting beat by 100. But that's another thing. But yeah, I was right about Jyden. I feel like when he talking, he fit right in. When he not, we gonna have to work on that. But I feel like I was right about him. Yeah, he could be like a annoying little brother or something.
Jyden's easily to like he gets comfortable easy. Like he could fit in with any group, and like once everybody starts talking about things or whatever it might be, he could like gel with them, like, I think, pretty easily. Okay, Jyden, what about Haad, King Haad?
Yeah, first impression. Like,
first impression. Not what you know now. I need to know first impressions. Were you wrong?
First impression, like I said, you know, rumors float around, stuff like that. Definitely right. Definitely right. He gives off like a I don't care attitude, and like, you know, super, you know, just he doesn't really want to be a part of things. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's not like he's out there just just as a person. He's not trying to be that type of person because he wants to, you know, talk to people. He wants to gel. It's not like he doesn't want to be a part of it. It's just who he is. Yeah. So like, if he doesn't relate to it, he's not gonna try to relate to it. He's not gonna try to be somebody that he's not. He's just gonna sit there and just, you know, let the conversation rock. Or if we're doing something, if he doesn't really like know anything about it, like for example, the WNBA games when we go. He wants to be a WNBA fan, but he doesn't know the players. So, you know, he went around and asked, you know, who is this, who's that? Like, when he wants to know something, he's going to be engaging.
Yeah, he's inquisitive.
Yeah, for sure. But like most of the time, though, if it's something like he doesn't really want to do, I would say, or if it's bugging him, or if he's having a bad, like, he's just gonna like chill and relax. Like, he's not gonna like say anything.
Okay. Kurt, this is a big one. I need to know what was your first impressions on shots? And were you right or wrong? Because you had to make a trade for him, and so you took a big gamble. I know you asked around. I know you do your homework before you just bring players in or take players out. And so I need to know, what were the initial thoughts?
I would say I was wrong. Like, I mean, it's hard. Like, when you look at certain scenarios. I mean, obviously his background, I think it's a little bit more padded than what people like to admit, because obviously if his first team could have kept 3, and he probably never moved around like that. But it kind of goes with what Streetz said. Like, you have to get to know him to really understand him. And if you really look at his 2 teammates that he had in season 1, like, they knew each other. They had a great relationship, so it's probably different. But for me, you know, when you hear about a player in a negative manner, I like the challenge. Like, I'm a older guy. I think if I got to carry the OG title, then it has to mean something. Yeah. And it came to show and prove for us. Like, you know, we've had challenges here and there, but for the most part, I mean, he's been great for me, and I'm glad he's here. But, you know, I think he cares. He wants to win, and he's aware of himself. Yeah. And when you got somebody like that, then how would you not, like, want to keep fighting and working with them, you know, day in and day out?
Yeah. Okay. I'll give you the last one, and then I'll go off of 4. Oh, and then I'll do everybody really quick. What I think.
I'm gonna just pick Kurt. I was right about my first impression with Kurt, because I feel like I had a lot of people in my life that's like similar to him, and I knew that like I seen based off his first jump shot that he was like a old school old head or whatever.
What, did you shoot granny style? What happened?
Nah, he got a slingshot, but
He
like
got a slingshot.
nah, but I knew in like my interview, I feel like I related to him, and I feel like that was one of the reasons that I'm really even in Brooklyn right now, just cause like I seen something that I seen before in my life, like, and I feel like it like shows that based off how mature I am, and I feel like that's why me and him got such a good relationship.
Yeah.
But
Okay. So I'm gonna go quick. Shun, I was completely wrong about you. Kind of like what Kurt said. I thought you were gonna be very mature, but you came in being like an old spirit,
yeah,
old head.
you was wrong about me last year too, but
I
keep going.
didn't have a say. Don't. But yeah, no. I thought you were gonna be just a young kid coming in, and you weren't. You're an old head. You are at heart. You got a kid back at home, baby mom, all that stuff. But you're about as old as they come in a young person's body. But that just makes you, and that's just what it is. Haad, I'm gonna be real. I wasn't right or wrong. I didn't know what to expect with the kid because I've only been able to talk to him ever online. And so when I first, I guess, met him online, I didn't really get much. But meeting him in person here in Brooklyn first time, like I said, I wasn't right or wrong. I had no idea. It was a crapshoot with him. But he's definitely a different free spirit, does his own thing, moves at his own pace, literally moves at his own pace.
Bad pace is slow.
Yeah, and I think we voted him most likely to be late, so that's him. Jyden, what was always tough about him, same thing. I only really knew him online, but I know Jyden that I had on my team last year in Philadelphia, and then there was this Jyden, and I'll keep it real. I always thought you guys were the same person at some point. And then finally, once you made the league, I realized who you are. I'd say I was pretty right with you, but the only thing that Sean had to let me know about you, he's like, that you talk. And I did not know that about you. And then once you got here, I was like, okay, he does talk a lot. Kurt, I knew Kurt for a long time, just around the league, seeing each other all the time, engaging about things about the league, teammates, his former team that he used to have, and just talking about just random things, whether we could have a conversation about the league or just authentic, genuine life things. And I think that was always nice, and he's always been a good spirit, and he is an OG at everything pretty much, and he's always been a good guy to go to, good mentor, and I think that was something I knew. So I'd say I was pretty right, and it was good to be right. I was happy that I was right about Kurt. What I didn't want was to think I knew Kurt really well, and then once I got here to Brooklyn, be like, I can't stand this guy, because I've ran into some people that I can't stand. But no, I'm like I said, I'm happy that I was right. You're the one person that like I'm glad I was 100% right about. Connor, oof, man, he is a lot to deal with sometimes, but he's so competitive and he's so passionate about this that like when you look at him, you want nothing more than to like fight for him as much as you can. And I love playing for people like that. Like I know that like when I look over and Connor's fighting, like I'm gonna give him that same energy back, and that's something so much fun to have as like your 4 and 5 duo. And I love the kid to death. Played with him for years, played against him for a long time, and he really is. He never tries to make anything personal. He really just tries to, if anything, he's really hard on himself. And I think that's something that you can really respect and really honor out of another human being is when they're their toughest critic. And I think that's something that's really respectable, and that's why he's been a god in this league for 5 years. Who did I miss? Me. I was pretty right about me too. I never switch up on myself.
Let me speak on you for a second.
You can go.
I mean, because I did know you for a long time online, and then I think what it was the trip that me and my assistant GM made at the time to Philly. Mm-hmm. That's what like really did it. Like we came down there. He was working at the actual Brooklyn Nets and Philadelphia 76er game. But we was like, see if we can stop by the 76er GC crib and, chop it up with Jeff and Steez, since you was the only one in market at the time. And I think those conversations right there, like, kind of catapulted where we are today. Like, I mean, I remember you wanting to do content, wanting to do different things. I remember vaguely doing a quick podcast there in the living room. I got a chance to tour it out, so I can see it in my head, but Just the conversations we had and the vibes and everything like that was great. Now I'll tell you this: I was wrong to a degree because I didn't know you was gonna be this good of a player. I will say that, like the leader, the leadership, the mentorship, great to manage and things of that nature. But I didn't know that everything that I was getting. Like you've been solid throughout your time, but I feel like I'm getting the best. I feel like I'm getting the best.
I think you are too, actually. And I told you once you drafted me, I was like, I owe you. So I knew I had to give you that those same results out. One of the things that I think I always do when I not judge somebody, but first impressions are a big thing for me when I meet people. And I guess since we're kind of talking about first impressions, one of the big things that I go off of, and I kind of did this last night, Kurt and I were at a networking event, and some of the people that I were talking to, I was rapid firing them with questions that they were stunned with, because we're there at kind of like a business networking event, and you're talking about like what we do professionally, stuff like that. But I threw them curveballs, and I was like asking them favorite TV shows, favorite movies, favorite meals, favorite dirty pleasures, stuff like that. So right off rip, Shun, don't really think about it. I need your Mount Rushmore, meaning 4 top movies of all time. Number 1.
Number 1, Juice.
Okay.
For me.
Okay, that's fine. It's your Mount Rushmore. Number 2.
Number 2, favorite movie, Southpaw.
Okay.
No, it's not number 2, but it's somewhere in there.
It's somewhere in there. Okay. Jake Gyllenhaal, great actor.
Number 3 gotta be. I guess I'll put. Dang, what else? Okay, it's The Town.
Okay,
I like that.
It's a good movie. It's a great movie. Great movie.
And number 4, a toss up. But if I had to choose, I had to say. Oh, this is kind of hard. Oh, Bronx Tale.
A Bronx
Oh,
Tale. Wow.
snap.
He is an old head. He's such an old head.
Yeah, that's
All right, Jyden. I need your Mount Rushmore of actors/actresses. If you want to, you can do it either way. You can do like 2 girls, 2 guys, or you can do all actors or all actresses, or however you want to do it.
Well, I'm gonna definitely give 2 actresses their flowers.
Okay.
I'm gonna start off with the guys. I definitely, every single movie I watch with Denzel Washington in it,
Wow.
I think he killed it.
Yeah.
That's like, I mean, there's kind of like
He's good. He's good at what he does.
There's guys that like they play certain roles well and they excel at them really well, and that's kind of how they pop off and make their scene. But he can do pretty much anything, and I think that's a good thing about Denzel. And then another guy I feel the same way about, but he might be a little overrated to some people. I believe it or not, after I say it, Will Smith. A lot of people don't think Will Smith's that good of an actor, but from the movies that I've watched, for example, the movie with him donating his organs to folks. I don't know if y'all know what that movie's called. I forgot what it's called.
No.
You never seen it before? You have?
Donating his organs.
If you take out I'm Legend, do you still feel like that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think Will Smith is very
He's
versatile,
good. He's
though.
good.
I'm saying, but
I
I'm
don't know about
Legend
this organ movie, but I think like his Pursuit of Happiness movie.
Yo,
is
you
really
got
good.
time to look that up, bro.
I think
Look
the
that
Pursuit
up.
of Happiness movie with his son, when his son was really little too, I think that was
Yeah.
that was a great movie by him.
Pursuit of Happiness.
Yeah, great movie.
That's a tearjerker too. Yeah, man, that was a great movie.
Now,
Tearjerker.
back to the Denzel Washington one. Man on Fire is one of my favorite movies I've ever seen. With
7
him.
pounds.
7 pounds.
Yeah.
There it is, right there.
Okay.
7 pounds is a great.
No,
movie.
it is a good movie from what I remember.
I was gonna say like that movie, like it's definitely a tearjerker, and like he goes from that, and then you watch him, and then like in a movie Pursuit of Happiness, like he's really good at those, and then you can see him play different like Hitch. You guys know I love Hitch, so
So give us the rundown again. You got Denzel Washington, you got Will Smith,
and then moving on, I'm probably gonna go with this is a tough one.
Throw one of your girls in there if you don't have a
Yeah,
guy.
I was going to. Trying to because like I don't like to do this, but it's only because I've watched like plenty of movies with her in it. She's pretty funny. Taraji P. Henson.
Okay.
I think she's a pretty good one. Is that a bad one?
I just don't know if that's Mount Rushmore.
Yeah,
Mount Rushmore.
You
That's
gotta throw
right,
some.
that's right.
You gotta throw
That's
some
right,
of the ghosts in there.
Hold on,
Yeah.
this his Mount
It's
Rushmore
his,
though.
it's
But
his.
this
It's
is.
his. Well, go ahead. That's fine.
No.
Go crazy.
It is a Mount Rushmore. That is kind of bad. I think about it.
I'm thinking. Go ahead. Keep just going.
got
I
good
mean,
top-
well,
I got
if we're
good
gonna
for.
do that,
We'll
then
get to yours soon.
then I gotta throw like Scarlett Johansson in there,
Wow.
right?
I don't mind that.
And
she's a good-looking girl.
and
Black Widow.
That's Black Widow.
I'm trying to
That's
think.
Black Widow.
That's 4.
That's good. I think that's
Oh,
good.
that's
That's
four.
not bad.
I mean,
okay,
yeah.
Kurt, let me hear yours. Let me hear your Mount Rushmore real
He
quick.
probably
Some
got some
actors.
people I never even heard of.
Yeah. Are they in the Bible?
Denzel definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he gotta
I
be
mean, like, yeah, that he would be number 1. I gotta go Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, see, I had another one that I was gonna throw in there besides him. But,
but
it's okay. I like your Mount Rushmore. It's fine. It's good. Keep going.
I'm gonna do 2. I'm gonna do like Jyden. I'm
Okay.
gonna do 2 guys. Sandra Bullock.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's
Who's that?
What movie do you like? The one in Blindside. Wait, what? Sandra Bullock? Is that who you're asking?
Yeah.
Blindside.
That's the movie I was. That's the movie. That's the
Training.
movie.
No, not Training Day. Sorry.
Miss Congeniality.
Yeah, Miss Congeniality. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's been in a lot
But
of
see,
movies.
I was
Speed with Keanu Reeves.
I was
back then.
gonna
That was a good
slash that too though, because I'm a big Sandra Bullock fan. I'm a big Julia Roberts fan.
movie.
But Charlize Theron is like my. That's like my
Wow.
my fave.
I would
though.
not have guessed that.
I know.
That's a
I'll
crazy
throw
one.
you off with that.
No,
and
that was a
then-
crazy
and my
one.
favorite movie. Well, we're gonna get to that. 'cause
Okay,
when we
okay.
get to the
So-
Rushmore movies.
You want him my 4 before we?
Yeah, go.
I got Keanu,
Wow, Keanu Reeves. I
the
love that.
Jack Gyllenhaal dude.
Jack Gyllenhaal.
Um,
Jake Gyllenhaal, you meant? You mean Jake
The
Gyllenhaal?
dude who played
Okay.
the dude who played Daryl in Walking Dead. I don't know his real name.
Yeah, I don't know his real name either. But I know what you're talking
And my other one's I got it's like half and half. Idris Elba, whatever his name,
Yeah, that.
and
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Liam.
Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real.
Nah,
You had
that's
the worst
good.
Mount Rushmore.
No.
You picked all really good actors, but not like.
Yeah,
I'm
Mount
gonna
Rushmore.
hit you with a Rushmore.
It's some of my favorite
I'm gonna hit you with a
movies.
Rushmore.
Hold on, let me hear it.
Denzel Washington,
Okay.
Okay.
Morgan Freeman,
Okay.
Leonardo DiCaprio,
Okay.
Brad Pitt.
Those hype beast ones though.
No, those Morgan Freeman, Denzel, and Leonardo. That's like a crazy top 3, and then Brad Pitt's just a good-looking guy. You just got to give him that. Like, and yours was pretty bad. I'm not. Gonna lie. Now let me hit you with my
like
women.
mine.
Here's my 4 women: Meryl Streep,
Okay.
Kate Winslet.
Okay.
What are you looking at?
All right, so say
Margot
that.
Robbie, I
say-
think, is doing great.
That's Harley Quinn.
Yes, but I like her more for like Wolf of Wall Street.
Okay,
around
so
there.
the other two say like
Hold
the
on,
movie.
let him finish. Let him finish.
And then my 4th one, throw in Blake Lively. Oh God, she's
All
got
right,
it.
what movies did they play in?
Meryl Streep.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the
She's been around
names.
for
nah,
forever.
well, that's kind of like probably out of your age bracket a
Yeah,
little bit. Like, but she's legendary though.
She's such a legend. She's
Nah,
in a movie
Meryl
called
Streep is that
she's in a
Devil
movie called
Wears
It's
Prada?
Complicated. Yeah,
Yeah.
Devil Wears Prada. It's complicated with Alec Baldwin, but she's a goat.
Nah, she's still
Yeah, she's
doing movies. Like, bro,
I
she's
guess
been around
apparently-
for a long time.
Funny side note: she was just in a movie with Jonah Hill, and Jonah Hill and all them on set were calling her goat, like because she's the greatest of all time, and she didn't know what that meant, and she thought they were making fun of her, calling her a goat, like she looks like an old hag. Like that's what they thought that she was. That they were calling her. So she's like, "Why do you guys keep calling me a goat?" And they're like, "Oh my god, like I'm sorry, Meryl. Like we're saying you're the greatest of all time. Like that's
Nah,
what it was."
exactly.
But yeah, that's what I think would be mine. Okay, Kurt, you wanted to answer it. Let me hear your Mount Rushmore of movies.
American Gangster,
Great movie.
Menace to Society,
That's a great one. No, you can't.
I
That's,
mean, it's
Yeah.
a good movie. It's good.
Bo-
Menace to Society, yeah.
Boys in the Hood,
Yeah, good one.
and this is gonna be crazy to y'all, but like every time I see this movie, I War Dogs. Like I'm a big Jonah Hill fan, and in that movie, he is a savage, bro. Like
I expected more of you though, OG.
I was gonna.
I was gonna say Wolf of Wall Street
I had
too,
better
though.
ones than him.
Wait, we go again. Oh yeah, yours.
No.
Yours.
Hey, but let me explain this real quick though. The reason why my Mount Rushmore of movies probably won't be that great because I'm typically the type of person that once I watch a movie, I never watch it again. So like those first 3 movies that I mentioned, I can watch those anytime they come on.
I'm so stunned that there was no like Shawshank Redemption or like
What you
Schindler's
know, Green
List
Mile or something?
Green Mile is a good movie. Though.
It is, but I'm just
Tom Hanks could be somewhere on like a mini Mount Rushmore too. He's not bad.
Oh yeah, like it's so many, bro. But
he's
yeah,
solid.
definitely.
We're probably throwing movies that Jane's literally never heard of.
No, I've heard a few of them.
Have you never seen Shawshank Redemption?
No.
No.
Oof, man.
Or
Okay.
Green Mile. What, is that what you
Green
said?
Mile is another good one. Okay, so if I had to do my Mount Rushmore movies, Shawshank would definitely be on there. The One That Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest with a young Jack Nicholson, because that's my favorite movie of all time. Let me think of Titanic. I think is a Mount Rushmore movie. And then a 4th one. that I'll throw on there. Nobody is gonna like this one, but one of my because I'll throw because it's a horror film. Like I'll throw a horror film in there as well. I think it's called the House of a Thousand Corpses by Rob Zombie. I think that's another good one. People are gonna think I'm crazy.
I know the name of it. I've never seen it, but I know the name.
Gory, crazy, ugly movie. Okay, let me hear your Mount Rushmore movies.
Number one, not beating it. Hitch. Got to throw it in there.
This is Young Buck, by the way. If you guys are listening back home.
I think a lot of you guys missed with you can't go wrong with Scarface.
You're right. You're right.
You know what?
That's a good one.
You definitely.
I was gonna
right.
say it has to be on there. I think everybody's seen it. It's an amazing film. It's my Mount Rushmore though, so I'm a give two that I probably aren't the highest selling.
Yep.
I like New Jack City.
Never seen it.
Never seen it. I recommend it.
Who's the main stars?
Well, Wesley Snipes.
Wesley Snipes.
Wesley Snipes. Oh, okay.
Wesley Snipes, Ice-T.
It's a good movie. And then another one that I feel like has to be on there for me, and like I feel like for everybody as well. Friday's
a good one.
I was gonna say. but it's kind of like everybody's.
No, you're right. No, I mean, and now it gets you to the point that when you
go like another route.
When you think about Rushmore's now, it's like you almost got to break it down in titles. Cause
now that you threw a movie in there, I do like the Scarface one, but actually one of a good movie that you guys should see back in the day. It's an older movie, but two young actors. It's a young Tom Cruise and a young Brad Pitt, and it's called Interview with a Vampire, and that's a really good movie. But no, I mean, you stunned me with the Scarface one. That's a great movie. A lot of those like mafia movies are some of the best.
Goodfellas,
Goodfellas, Godfather. I love
Casino.
I love all those movies, but I don't know if they're on my Mount Rushmore. They're some of my top 10 favorite movies of all time. Casino, Goodfellas, Godfather, Scarface, love them. But
I just had those movies on repeat when I was coming up. So that's kind of mine.
I know I'm not the biggest TV show guy, but if we did have to do a TV show, I'll still give you guys my Mount Rushmore. But I know people are going to be stunned because I'm not a big TV show guy. So let me hear yours, Shun.
Power.
Okay, I still need to see that.
Game of Thrones.
Seen it. Solid.
I got to put The Walking Dead because it was like.
I heard it started dragging out.
It dragged out, but it's like you can't like when it was at the top. It was at the top.
Okay.
And the last one, for me, probably I had to be Vampire Diaries. I like Vampire Diaries.
Okay. Jyden?
I personally, for my first one, I like Stranger Things. I know it's kind of newer, but like I think it's a really good show. I think everybody like enjoys it. I love Stranger Things. Two, it's a tough one because I'm not a TV show guy either like that. But I mean, when I do watch them. Kurt, I'm gonna hand the floor to you. Actually,
because I'm a big TV head. I'm a serial binge watcher, so this is up my alley.
The only reason why I'm not good with the Stranger one yet, I'm not saying it's not a good show. I know a lot of people love it, but it's not over yet. So I don't know if you can throw that on the Mount Rushmore.
Because you know what Sean was saying about Walking Dead, it was great it was great like the first 3 seasons, and then it started like going in a whole nother direction.
And a lot of shows sometimes do that. So
they brought Negan in.
So I'm not saying that Stranger Things is not good, but it's not over yet. So like, what if like Stranger Things comes out like 2 more, 3 more seasons, and they're like terrible or something? Okay, so go ahead.
No, I gotta my Breaking Bad.
Oh yeah.
No particular order. I'm gonna go Breaking Bad, Power, Sons of Anarchy. Man, those is like my top 3. Like,
and then the fourth can just go either way.
Yeah, it can go either way. Like I said, at one point in time, I was a big Breaking Bad, a big Walking Dead fan, but I think those 3 kind of do it for me. I'm trying to think.
What about like The Wire, The 100, or?
All honesty. I've never seen The Wire.
I
started. Yeah, I haven't finished it. I've started.
You didn't watch Game of Thrones?
No.
Okay.
My brother,
you gotta watch it, Kurt. You gotta.
I watched it sparingly, but Seinfeld is fun. That's my kind of humor, though.
Yeah,
but
that's okay. Okay, so you have like a top 3, and then like the fourth, there's like a bunch that could probably go there.
Yeah, it's a toss up.
Okay. You probably have something like way back in the day that you probably aren't thinking of right now that you used to watch.
Be honest, I didn't watch a lot of TV like coming up. I just like.
What's your sitcom that you watch? You love that. You know the one I'm talking about. Remember I made a joke on it?
I was about to say it before. What's that?
It's not Days of Our Lives, but it was something.
What is it?
I don't know. He watches a sitcom.
Bold and the Beautiful. That's what he's
Bold and
talking
the Beautiful,
about.
whatever that is. Okay, wait. Let me say this. Back in the day, I'm not trying to pick on your age. Did you ever get to watch like I Love Lucy?
Yeah.
I know they do reruns all the time, but like, what was that like?
It was crazy because it was black and white.
Yeah.
Like, I grew up with my grandparents, so like I pretty much watched what they watched. So
What about
like,
MASH?
that was. See, the difference between back then when I was growing up and now is like we watch shows as a family. Like, so like MASH would come on, like, Jeopardy would come, like all this stuff would be like in a lineup.
Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, that
MASH.
was it. Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune was automatic.
Yeah,
Wheel of
MASH.
Fortune's
I have
on
a
TV.
second family that's still.
And $25,000 pyramid.
I have a second family that's still back in South Dakota where I played college ball, and they were like it was like a typical, you wake up and walk into the kitchen and they have a TV in the kitchen, and MASH was going nonstop. MASH was playing.
That was
nonstop.
Wheel of Fortune for us.
Do you know what MASH is? Let me ask you a question.
No.
Really?
No idea.
It is an old show, but it's an old army show or
Army.
It's an army show, but
Man, there's a chance that I probably like seen it. But
you
didn't know what
might
it was.
you might. Okay, my TV shows. If I had to do some Mount Rushmores on it, my number 1 is The Sopranos. My number 2 is Peaky Blinders. My number 3 is Breaking Bad, and my number 4 is maybe Game of Thrones. Even though I don't know, the ending was really bad.
I don't.
I might go Seinfeld though. Seinfeld's a good one too.
Game of Thrones coming back next month, so you know.
Okay. What's up, dude?
I don't want to like seem like a young guy, but it's probably gonna do it. Like, is it bad if I say SpongeBob?
Oh, don't start.
No, but
Do not
no.
start.
We're gonna get out of that. We're gonna get out of that because
start.
we have the cartoons one coming up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
So you can throw it in that one.
Okay.
So right now, okay. So we'll let Jayden go since he
Yeah,
brought it up.
start.
So go ahead. Your cartoons growing up. Your cartoon Mount Rushmores.
If any of you three don't say SpongeBob, I don't.
SpongeBob-
think it's
SpongeBob's
bad.
number
like,
one. I'm not gonna lie,
everybody's
SpongeBob's
seen
probably number
SpongeBob.
one. It
It's
is.
amazing.
Not number one for me.
Then you're crazy.
It doesn't
Then you're
have to be
crazy.
number one, but it has to. Be on
It's
Mount
got to be
Rushmore.
pretty right there. Like
It's
you
gotta be.
better have a show then. Like that's your number 1. That better be a banger. No, let him go. But I'm gonna say it better be worth it, or I'm gonna expose you.
Cartoons. Dang cartoons. What's the one with the what is it? What is this like a purple? Oh man, I swear.
Barney?
No.
Purple.
What show did it?
It's like kind of like
channel?
a scary.
What
it was
channel?
on Nickelodeon. I think it was kind of like a scary movie, sort of, kind of. A scary show.
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Yes.
That was on Cartoon Network, so that just showed me a
Cartoon
lot
Network.
about you.
My bad.
You don't like
I'm
Cartoon
sorry.
Network?
No, but he just thought it was on Nickelodeon.
Oh.
I mean, I could. I could have sworn it was on there. That's me. 3 Avatar.
Oh no.
No?
No. Keep going though. Just go.
That's bad.
Finish
Hold
it.
on, Avatar.
Avatar the
Last
cartoon, the last
Airbender.
Airbender. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, that
It's the dude with the blue arrow coming down. Like you saying?
Yeah, I know what you're
I was
talking
gonna
about.
say,
Finish off. What's the 4th?
I'm more of an anime guy, so that's kind of me. 4. Man, that's probably be my 3. I just can't really like a 4th one would be kind of tough. Like you could throw some names out there maybe.
When you hear one of
Yeah,
these
yeah,
other
yeah.
ones, then be like, yeah, that's
Don't take
fine.
mine.
Okay.
I
Oh,
got
you want him to go?
Kirk can
Kirk,
go.
go ahead.
I want to know what they had in the 40s.
Okay. The 40s. Okay. Tom and Jerry.
Great. I mean, that's. I mean,
Very
that
classic.
might be not my number 1.
That was black and white too, though.
No,
No, I'm just
what?
playing.
No.
I was about to say, that might go. It's not on my.
I got
Mount
another one
Rushmore.
for you that's gonna be.
That's
It's
on my
like
Mount
1A
Rushmore,
and
but
1B though.
Looney Tunes.
I think when people think of cartoons, I think one of the first things they go to is Tom and Jerry.
Oh, without a
I
doubt.
think that might be. So
Definitely.
keep going.
Because it's iconic for a lot of reasons, but no talking.
Okay, are you the philosopher as well that says that they actually like each other, Tom and Jerry, or do you think they hate each other?
I think they like each other.
I think they
Yeah,
like
yeah.
each other.
Okay.
Right.
So keep going.
Bugs Bunny, like Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
Smurfs.
Never watched it. I know what it is. I know what it
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
I
yeah.
just never watched it.
And they rounded off Scooby Doo.
Scooby-Doo.
I was gonna say.
They have the best gummies of all time. By
I was
the way.
gonna say.
You remember? You know they do.
Smurfs was a TV show.
Yeah, I didn't know
I
that.
could have sworn it was always a movie.
No. It's a cartoon.
Yeah, I thought it was a
What-
movie.
what-
But they turned. It's been a movie. Yeah.
I've never seen
What
the
channel
TV
was
show
it on?
Smurfs.
What was first on?
boy,
They
now
played
you.
Smurfs on Nickelodeon. For
Yeah, I was about to say, like, man, I don't even remember.
Really?
Like you got to rethink. Like, a lot of our cartoons used to come on regular channels,
Channel
like
7.
7.
And did you start learning every time by heart? Like you knew, like,
Oh
okay,
yeah,
this
yeah.
is what this is
It
happening.
kind of
This is what-
told you the time of the day, even if
Yeah.
you weren't looking at the clock.
Okay, and were you a TV guide person, like the booklet thing? You know what I'm talking about? The
Yeah, yeah.
no, I'm talking about. No, I'm not saying. I know that was around your time. I'm saying like, were you? Is that what people did? Like it was. They
Oh
had
yeah.
that thing
Before
right next to them?
cable, yeah, because some of y'all might not remember this, and I don't mind. I mean, it's
Yeah.
an educational moment.
Yeah, there you go. You're no G.
Before they came out with the TV guides on the screen, you had to go by the TV guide in the book because the cable boxes were rotary. They wasn't remote control.
My grandma still got the booklet.
Yeah. So
How many days did they give you? Meaning like, so okay, this day I'm watching this, and then when I turn the page,
Was it
the next day?
Was it a
Yeah.
week?
It's a week.
yeah,
they
it's
give
like a
you
week. It's like a week.
Wow.
I'm
so
cultured.
But they come in the mail.
Coach.
Something like that.
You know, you refreshing because it's been a minute. Like,
Okay.
what you say?
I said they came in the mail or something. Like how'd you get?
You can
next
get
week?
subscription.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you
okay.
get subscription. It wasn't like you had to have them, but like if you wanted, because it came like with promo, you know, people on the different stars on the cover and stuff like that, or you can just buy them out of the store, like if you for that particular time.
I've never seen one before.
So unless you're about to throw out some
It's
bangers
better
like
than
what he
Jyden.
just,
It's-
no, if you're not gonna throw out stuff that he just said, you better have something really
bet-
good that's gonna beat
I am an
SpongeBob.
African American man. So anyway,
So was he. So was Kurt.
but he like 40. So,
That's
I'm not like 40. I am 40.
all right,
45.
Boondocks.
Okay.
Definitely.
Oh yeah.
Definitely. That's a good one. I can't believe.
You
Can't believe
you
Boondocks
forgot what I
came
said before I started.
No, keep going.
Okay.
That's not what I was gonna say.
Even though South Park is one of my favorite cartoons, my other ones I like Danny Phantom, and Kids Next Door got to be number 4 for me.
Danny Phantom's a bad one.
I'm gonna be real. Your Mount Rushmore's terrible again.
No,
it's not.
If anything, Kim Possible's better than Danny Phantom.
that's what I was gonna say.
But
That's exactly what I
I'm
was gonna
going
say.
off based off. I was a Nickelodeon. I wasn't Disney. Like I ain't.
I was a Nickelodeon guy too.
Danny Phantom was underrated for that time period.
Okay, so let me give you the real rundown. Right?
Mhm.
SpongeBob,
Bro.
Easily.
Cat Dog.
No.
Cat dog.
Yes. Did you ever watch Cat Dog?
Yes.
No.
That
I
stuff
don't
was
think
so
you did.
boring.
Fairly Odd Parents.
Okay. Yeah.
And Jimmy Neutron, Boy
Yeah.
Genius. Boom. And then if
Jimmy
you want to
Neutron
throw,
probably can,
if
or
you-
Fairy Odd Parents could take Danny Phantom.
if you want to throw some other ones in there that were really good, Rugrats, Angry Beavers, Dexter's Laboratory, Foster's Imaginary Friends, whatever that one is. That's another
that's
good
a
one.
great one.
Courage the Cowardly Dog's okay. I can't remember if they were just movies or if they actually had some shows on it, but the Brave Little Toaster, that I thought that was a good one too.
Never seen that before.
No,
What
those are some good ones. Those are some
Brave Little
bangers.
Toaster.
But yeah, yours are rough, buddy. I'm
He
not
said
gonna
I'm
lie.
old, but all he named is old stuff.
SpongeBob's still one of the most recent cartoons ever.
I was gonna
Bro,
say.
it's still memes and everything.
Yeah.
Videos being used on a daily.
I think SpongeBob is like.
Yeah,
there's-
yours
there's-
are
Okay.
bad. Yours are bad.
All right, but and when I say my Mount Rushmore, whatever it's called,
Mount Rushmore.
I consider like my favorite, not like
No, I know.
not
that's
like
fine.
SpongeBob. Obviously, one of the goats, but it's like not like
You didn't even throw him on there. That's what's crazy.
Like that's what's
That's
wild.
crazy. You
I'm
put
saying
Danny
that-
Phantom over SpongeBob. That's crazy.
I'm saying this. I'm saying my favorite. So I know like SpongeBob is better than Danny Phantom
Yes.
or Fairy Odd Parents, but
So-
it's like
So you're telling me you would rather watch?
I'd
Danny
rather watch
Phantom
Danny Phantom than SpongeBob.
Wow,
Yes.
that is crazy to me. Wow,
Okay.
that's wild.
I don't
want-
even know who Danny Phantom is. So.
Yeah, no,
It's not-
It was
that's not
okay.
surprising.
It was an okay show. What?
I just seen something today. Actually, I might be wrong. What's the dude? I might be wrong. The dude, the Wild 'N Out dude,
Nick Cannon?
the DJ though. DJ, is his name DJ?
DJ Rec. D-Rex.
Supposedly he rapped Danny Phantom.
Who cares?
Fun fact.
Fun fact.
Okay.
Fun fact.
Okay,
Fun
quick.
fact.
I want to run this down because we're gonna wrap the podcast up. But really quickly, something that the listeners would not know about me, you being my roommate. What would they not know? And then I'll spit one right back.
He funnier than what everybody think. Like Rated R Steez is like.
Yeah, rated R Steez is funny. But you listeners back at home can't know that. Professional Steez is always what you guys see.
Yeah, professional
but
Steez.
if I ever do get to bless the world with what sometimes I can actually really be like, they would love me. I think they'd think I'm really funny.
Rated R Steez.
So for you, Shun, I'd say people wouldn't really get this, but you when you're in a good I love when you're in a good mood, but when you're in a good mood, you are the loudest person in the world. Oh gosh! After a loss, it's the quietest. It's the quietest in the apartment. But after like a win or just like he's feeling good, like it's just a good day for Shun. He's so loud and upbeat and
I think I'll be loud when I lose.
No, you're not that loud.
Because I'll be going back and forth with people.
No, but when he gets in like arguments or confrontation, it gets very loud. But most of the time when he's loud, I know he's in a good mood, so that's always good. Okay, Jyden, something very quick that people would not know about Haad.
Surprisingly, he is clean.
Surprisingly,
like kind of like how he is. Like you would probably think he ain't the cleanest guy, but like I can see how it comes together because he kind of is like a pretty boy, but he's actually clean. You know, he the trash, you know, washing dishes and stuff like that. He's pretty good with it. I thought he would have been.
I'm
dirty.
happy I got blessed with that because I done heard some war stories in the league. You know?
Yeah, no. I've seen some crazy ones with plates with ketchup all over it and crazy things like that. All right,
I still got video. Of some
horror films.
Who is left behind to clean up everything when everybody leaves the market?
That's crazy. Okay, I got a curveball for you though, Kurt. Since I know you don't have a roommate right now, where you're at. If you did have a roommate, what would be your big three, like no-nos, like you're out, it's done, no ifs, ands, or buts, like you're gone. If something like this was at the apartment, happened at the apartment, if you do this is a tendency, whatever it might be, what are big three no-nos to being your roommate? And it can be something as simple as like cleanliness or just, like, whatever
I got you. Yeah, cleanliness, of course.
Yeah,
be specific.
I mean, gotta clean up after yourself. Gotta wash the dishes. I don't like miscellaneous stuff laying around. Everything has a place to me.
And gotta wash yourself too.
Yeah, I was getting to that. I was getting to that odor. Like, definitely can't be smelling up the place. And
I thought you said older.
No, older.
Okay,
that's an underrated one.
Slamming doors because you know, no.
Nah, noise don't bother me, believe it or not. I like noise. But yeah, I think those are the main two. Cleanliness, you know, cleaning up after yourself, taking out the trash, doing the dishes, the bathroom. Bathroom gotta be clean.
So what you mean, like if y'all sharing or just in general?
Just in general, like don't be forgetting to flush the toilet.
Yeah.
Like there's like
what if they
gotta clean out the tub when you get out, like stuff like that.
What about like respect for your things? And what if they ate like some of your food?
Oh, that's important.
You come home and you want like your leftovers or whatever it might be, and it's gone.
That should be.
Yeah, I think that rounds it off right there. Like respect each other's
personal things.
Like
that should just be like known though. That should be like a universal.
You'd be surprised.
In this world.
You'd be surprised.
You shouldn't have to set that ground rule though. But
So before we get out of here, we kind of talked about this before we started No Cap with the Crew today, and we decided that we're gonna watch a movie, either together by ourselves, and we're gonna come back on the next episode of No Cap with the Crew, and we're gonna kind of rate it, go over it, critique it, say what we liked, what we didn't like, do we recommend it? And okay, Shun, what would you like to say about this?
I got a question. Kurt, have y'all ever seen the movie 187?
No.
You seen that?
That reminds me of like Fahrenheit 187.
Is it Samuel L. Jackson?
Yeah, I think so. I have seen it, but I don't remember. It's been a minute.
So the movie that we all agreed on, and I'm excited because Brad Pitt is in both of them are in my Mount Rushmore. Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman. It's actually a new show. So if you're watching or listening to this podcast and you want to maybe follow along with us and have your own critique, and maybe you want to comment on Twitter or on YouTube or Spotify, whatever it might be, we're going to watch the movie Seven, which, like I said, is with Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman. Great thriller movie, crime movie. I think Kevin Spacey's in it as well. And,
man.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. And it's on Netflix, if you guys are wondering. So that's where you guys can go watch it, stream it, and enjoy it. But I think, everybody here is excited about it. I think we're all going to sit down and watch it together at some point this next week. And we're going to come back and let you guys know what we think. Anybody else got some closing statements? Anything they want to let me know?
You said Kevin Spacey, and it triggered House of Cards, man.
Yeah,
forgot about that.
So we appreciate everybody listening, taking their time, and hanging out with us for a little. We should be back next week with the next episode of No Cap with the Crew. I appreciate you guys coming through. Anything else you guys want to say? Say goodbye. All right.
So, hey, tune in. Hey,
Yep.
appreciate y'all for listening.
Have a good one.